Hi everybody, how are you doing?
Hello, hello.
Woo! So good.
I know it's been so long since I've seen both of you, and you've both been doing amazing things, so I'm proud of both of you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Congratulations on this movie. I feel like I got to start with your characters obviously meet because of a diss track. So if you could write a diss track about something, what would it be? Like for me, it'd be people who don't pick up their dog's poop. It can be something stupid.
Yeah.
What would you
Ooh,
write about?
I don't know. The first one that come to me came to me. I just think in this day and age, like straight up littering, like throwing like plastic out the window, I think has to be dissed at this point. That's just so blatant. It's like horrible.
agreed.
Yes.
Misogyny, I would say.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
that would be
I
my.
love it. We got both sides of the spectrum.
Okay.
Yeah.
Obviously something that these characters go through is kind of, I don't want to say sell out, but doing what they think they need to do to be successful for the world versus what they personally probably think is successful. So I imagine that happens in any type of job, especially for you guys being in the music and the film industry. Can you pinpoint maybe a moment in each of your careers that you kind of had a moment like that?
Ooh, ooh, how deep do we want to go, Lisa?
I
Um,
mean,
yeah, I think there's plenty of moments I could point to. I think that one of the biggest regrets I ever had was when I was signed to my second record deal. I loved the team that signed me. I was like obsessed with every single one of them. And then everyone got fired and there was like a huge shakeup. And which was like devastating for me selfishly, but also devastating for these people because they were no longer there. Um, and I remember I had written so much music before, all these people got fired, and I was so proud of this music. And I remember there was kind of this like toss up whether, honestly, very, in some ways, Ryan Reed-esque, without giving too much away of what happens in like the middle of our film. But there was like a lot of talk between me and my team at the time of whether I should send the new head of the label like all this new music. And the decision ended up being like, no, just lay low. Like all these acts were getting dropped. I hadn't been dropped. Like lay low, like don't try to like call attention to yourself. And like hopefully you're gonna be fine. And I ultimately end up getting dropped anyway. And I was like heartbroken by the fact that, man, I didn't even get to show my music to this person who dropped me. And I almost wish that I took the lane of like just being like, here's the music. If you don't love it and that's your reason for dropping me, that's totally fine. But the idea of like not even giving myself that chance, I think was a great lesson for me in the future.
Yeah, I think for me, I just go back to like the beginning of my career and sort of like the pressures that, a young, like newer actor faces like optically, especially like, or, just looks, just externally. Like, so I think you at early on, and, the age I was too, I was young, I was like a teenager, so it matters so much more, but it's so easy to lose yourself, and so easy to like feel like you have to posture in a certain way or be a certain way or embody something like that. It's so tempting to like fit that as opposed to just like allowing yourself to become whoever it is that you're going to be. So I think there are examples I remember of just like events and things like that I went to that I felt that I wasn't really being me going to those things, like the way I went to those things, so I think it's maybe examples like that, like, just, which is interesting too because this movie is, a great conversation about that, through Ryan and Danny. They are kind of two sides of the same coin when it comes to like what a career can do to you and how it can make you feel, and all the different things that you maybe will have to deal with along the way, so, and the pressures, so I think I've had that kind of stuff particularly early on when you're just trying to like get find traction in any way that you can.
these two characters have the misconceptions when they go in to meet each other. So what is like something fun you maybe learned about the other person while making this movie that surprised you?
Ooh, David, you go first.
Laura is like, I can't think of a better castmate, co-worker, someone to work alongside, and kind of, I feel like I can kind of be thrown into like whatever kind of scenario with Laura, and we'll figure it out. It's that kind of energy. She's very adaptable and strong too. Like a lot of power, very grounded energy, and so it just
Good.
really like good energy and ability to be around. And I really appreciate it too. I try to be adaptable. I try to fit different situations, and Laura is can do that. So for me, I just really appreciate like a lot of what Laura can do. She's really, really great to work with.
David, get out of here. That was very kind of you. I feel very similar, and I also feel like, yeah, David is very humble about his talent and abilities. And to the point where like whether it's him being an amazing rapper, him even like when we would go over the scenes and we would kind of like talk about it, like I think really consistently amazed me of like he's so freaking talented, and he loves to cook. He's a big cook. Like we talked about that when we were in New York. That was something that, because right, you were like walking and getting
Yeah,
you
yeah,
are like a very much a culinary cat, okay? Like
yeah,
you were going to all these like cool restaurants. You're like,
yeah,
talking about cooking a bit, because I don't really consider myself a cook. There are things I like, I make tomato sauce, but so there are things that I make, but like I felt like you really enjoy it. And like that, the more kind of, I worked with Dave and I talked with Dave and everything, I would find just all of these like really wonderful things that he's so talented at, that he was so humble about, that you wouldn't know like off the bat, because he just doesn't, because he's a humble guy. He's a humble, wonderful,
A humble
lovely
guy.
man.
oh, thank you, Laura.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Well, I think you're both very humble. I love you both. Thank you for your
Oh,
time. Congratulations on this
Love you.
movie. It was such a fun watch.
love you, Lisa.
Uh,
Thank you so
So
much. It's great
Good to
seeing you.
see you.